North opened its autumn season at Leeds Grand Theatre with Bizet's Carmen in October 2021, and they're back at the Lowry on Thursday the 10th of March 2022. This is Opera North's first new production of Carmen in over a decade. Directed by Edward Dick, it is conducted by Anthony Hermes. Chrystal E. Williams sings Carmen alongside Sebastián Goers as Don José. One of the most popular operas ever written, the themes of Carmen, femininity, desire, violence, and dangerous masculinity. Audiences can look forward to unforgettable melodies, such as the Habanera and the Toreador song. This new production turns the idea of Carmen, an opera by a man based on a book by a man about the downfall of a man, on its head, to look at the story from the point of view of a woman struggling to survive in a toxic, male-dominated environment. Hi, Chrystal.
Hello.
Lovely to see you. How are you liking the north of England?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Honestly, the UK has been like a second home to me since I stepped foot on this land, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful time here.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, first of all, before we get into Carmen, because that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit, I want to find out about the little Chrystal E. Williams. There she is. What was the first thing she heard that made her think, I can sing opera?
Oh, wow. Well, Chrystal E. Williams, grew up in Portsmouth, Virginia, a large family, the youngest of 5, and my mom and my dad, they encouraged us to take piano and I took martial arts as well, and just be creative, be outdoors, be into all of everything basically. And so it was probably my 6th or 7th grade year of middle school when there was something called the Governor's School for the Arts was touring in my area. And there was this man, Robert Brown, who's since passed away. He was playing at the piano, and funny enough, he was playing the children's chorus from Carmen. And so he was singing. He was the duo of the vocal department at the Governor's School for the Arts at the time with Alan Fisher. And he was playing and singing, and this large Black man's back was vibrating. And I was drawn to the vibrations, literally. And so I was kind of hovering over him. and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with these vibrations. And I asked the director at the time, Alan Fisher, how I could participate in this world of whatever was happening, and he said, well, you take this aria, it was Voi che sapete, memorize it and come and audition for us. So I memorized it. I always tell the story to this day. My entire family can recite all the words along with me. And I auditioned and I got in. Now, when growing up, I played Sunday school in church, and we sang in church. There wasn't a youth choir or anything, but I sang in church. And my parents, we had, everything from the Temptations, there was gospel, there was, whatever my older siblings, because I was the youngest, whatever they were listening to, some subliminally it was getting in as well. And then there were, we had CDs and PBS was on. So we'd watch, I think the first opera I ever saw was Il Trovatore. But, there was Porgy and Bess. We had CDs of Mozart, and it was just a huge mix of music in my home. But I got the bug when I was accepted into the Governor's School for the Arts in my freshman year. We took a trip to New York City, and we went to the Tower of Records, and Leontine Price, fantastic, fabulous, one of the top sopranos in the world of all times. She was singing something on one of those monitors. I cannot tell you what she was singing, but I was glued to the floor. No, it was probably and undoubtedly in another language. This is, 13-year-old Chrystal E. just like standing there. And I asked the director, Alan Fisher, I said, how can I help people singing opera? Now, a little bit more history. I always wanted to help people. One sister was chemistry, one sister is physics, and I was going to be biology. So together we were going to cure all the diseases in the world. We were going to just, do everything and just be fantastic and help people.
Amazing family.
I always wanted to help people. And so I was a bit conflicted. And I asked the director, how can I help people singing? And he said, you can help them through the music. So that's literally what I've been doing ever since, trying to help people one note at a time.
It brings you to the door of one of the most popular operas ever written. How did this come about?
Long story, I asked Christine Chibnall, and she said, Graham Vick had said in passing, well, or maybe not in passing, but he said, well, if I were doing Carmen, I know who I would have. I would have Chrystal E. Williams. And so I think that kind of put the bug in their ear. And so then I came over to have a working session with David Cowan of Opera North as well, and the director. And as they say, the rest is history.
Why should somebody come and see Carmen at the Lowry? What would be your advice?
Oof, my advice. I would say, first of all, it's a great piece of theater. It's beautiful. The costumes, the wigs, the sets, the music is fantastic. The drama. I mean, I love a good drama. Who doesn't? There's tragedy, there's passion, there's a bit of laughter, not so much, but it is there. And it's, for me, Carmen embodies what we all would hope to achieve, that what we all think of as integrity and self-confidence and this kind of strength, this inner strength in spite of inconceivable odds. So you have this woman who, no matter what, seeks liberty, seeks truth, seeks everything that she's probably envisioned for years. We don't have her whole backstory. We don't know everything that's happened, but we know that we can relate to this woman because we all have a backstory that more likely than not, no one knows. No one knows our struggles. No one knows why we've made the choices that we've made in our lives. And so when we go and we see someone like Carmen, she embodies what we would hope that we would have in ourselves if confronted with a similar situation, that we could stand firm in our beliefs, that we could stand true to who we are and who we wish to be, that we could, in spite of everything and everyone, that at the end, we could hold our head up high and say, I am going to go out the way I choose, that I did not compromise, that I did not allow myself to fall and to fail. And that falling and that failing is not according to anyone else's mind, but according to my own. So for me, she embodies this light that we all can see and we all can relate to, that we all would hope that we could see in ourselves.